Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. As you can see behind me, the new setup is ready to go. The new desk arrived and we have all the gear in already. Well, almost all of it. And we have our main monitors, Eve Audio SC3012, the Kali LP6. I actually miss two more pairs, believe it or not. A pair of old Genelec 1031A and a pair of Kali LP8. Which I will find a way to put in the room and probably put a pair of Kali on one side. But anyway, this video is about hybrid mixing and hardware insert and how I use all the gear here that you see on the desk for mixing, and for a couple of pieces how I record as well. So I will show you how I kept all the system very simple and how I combined the Motu converters with the SSL converters, how I patched, and how I use hardware inserts in Pro Tools. So let's see. I filmed the video while I was actually working and testing the system, so forgive the camera shake and the impromptu video, but I still think it will be very informative for many of you guys. And if you have any questions, of course, leave it in the comment down below. Let's get to the video. Here we are, everything is on. I was testing, as you can see from this side here, the Patchbay and all the connection. Now, for this setup, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible for several reasons. First of all, because I don't have all the gear that I had before. I will have some more later on, but right now I'm very happy with what I have. Very versatile, with one Patchbay only, using only 8 channels of the SSL and 8 channels of the Motu. So basically with this system, what you do is, instead of opening a plugin, you go here in the IO settings and you can see I have LA2A and Distressor. Now this is a stereo insert, but when I open it in mono, I'll show you, you have LA2A and Distressor on channel 3 and 4, the successor channel 4 and 5, and my 2 bus in 7 and 8. Then we start with the ADAT with the SSL, Pultec 1 and 2 on the SSL, LA3A, Golden Age and Distressor number 2 on 3 and 4 of the SSL, the Saturator Drummer Multiband on 5 and 6 on the SSL, and the unit that I can tell you about on channel 7 and 8. Now, if everything is correct, we should be seeing the machines getting signal, passing signal through the SSL, and everything should work as intended. So because the first one is mono, I will start with the LA2A. So if I click on it, and that is good. The second one would be the Distressor number 1. And there we have it. And that was also correct. The successor is stereo, so I will put it on the 2 bus here. And we should see the successor going. And we're good. Then we have, what's next? My 2 bus. So we'll leave it on the 2 bus and we should see Neve, Dion, all that working. And we have it. All right, my settings are all messed up. So let's put it back where I usually use them. Then the Dion, and then the drummer, and also if I can patch these, let me see. Yep. After the 2 bus, this is the tricky part, because from here, the first 8 channel, we go from the Motu to the SSL. So let's see if that works. Pultec. We can't see anything on the meter, so we try. Oh yeah, I can hear the cut. Yeah. And let me show you. Basically, you can see now in the SSL 1 and 2, AD and DA. I don't need to patch anything. The first two channels of the SSL input and output are hooked to the Pultec input and output. So I don't need to touch the Patchbay. Now, if I want to send this signal from the Pultec to a distressor or another machine, I just use the Patchbay. But if I don't, this could be another fixed chain. 3A and distressor. So we go back here, then we see if the 3A gets the signal. Oh yeah. And after that, we have distressor 2. Yes, we are good. You see, I don't have to touch anything. The inserts are all, automatically patched. And then after the distressor, we have the saturator. So I will put it in the stereo bus. And this machine is absolutely fantastic. The multiband saturator by Drummer. How beautiful this unit sounds. We got the saturator going. I'm sorry about the camera movement here, but this is real work. I am actually testing, as you can see from the cables there. Next one is, I can tell you yet. You can just trust me, it works. I can just show you. The meter's going. Yeah, 1 and 2. So we're good. We're good. Everything works. My 16 channels, which are very low count for me, but for now I'm happy with it, especially because I built my 2-bus in a way that I can basically use 4 machines in one. That cuts my input and output a lot. And I have all this completely versatile steel, the Pultec versatile. Oh, and I also have this. Which I will test. We set it. I brought it here along with the 2 inputs, 1 and 2 of the Motu. I brought this chain here, so basically the API into the MIMUS 1176, and this is the output. So I can, on the API, I can plug either an instrument, a microphone right away here on the front panel. So when I plug it in, it goes into the MIMUS, and the output is here. So I can basically pick it up from here and put it in any of the SSL inputs and record it in Pro Tools. Or if I want to add any machine after that, after the MIMUS, or I use another compressor, I can bypass this and use a one distressor. I just bring this output into the input of the distressor and then back into whatever channel I'm recording. So it's very versatile. Anyway, this video is messy. Camera shaking and all that, but the system is working. No glitches, no anything. So first of all, the Motu is the main clock. I'm clocking the SSL via word clock cable or ADAT, one of the two. I will run a couple of tests because it's not that straightforward. Attach the gear so that the 8 channels of the Motu are my fixed inserts, are my fixed chain, okay? And if I don't remember wrong, I patched it this way. I'll start from the 7 and 8 because I had to do it reverse, and I'll explain you why. 7 and 8 is my 2-bus chain, which is always the same. I never change it. Once in a while I change it, but not worth for me to have all the input and outputs at the Patchbay. I daisy chained these to this, so Neves to Dion to Chop Shop to Drummer on a stereo pair. So 7 and 8 go here on the Neve, and then here, then here, then here, and then back into the Motu. Input and output 5 and 6 is the successor. Okay, I kept this on a separate insert when I want to use it, wherever I want to use it, because this is I could use this anywhere. 3 and 4 are my LA2A 3 and 1 distressor 4. Now 1 and 2 I could not use for a hardware insert in Pro Tools, because 1 and 2 in Pro Tools are always the monitors, which in this case go to the drummer. So basically I kept the 1 and 2 output you have to on the Motu for the main monitors. Input 1 and 2 on the Motu here in the Patchbay. Then for the other 8 channels, I'm using the SSL and the Patchbay. These are all inputs and these are all outputs. I kept the Patchbay normal. I patched it so that automatically, if I don't patch anything in the front, all the rest of the outboard gear goes into the first 8 channels of the SSL without me touching anything. So if I don't remember wrong, SSL 1 and 2, it's the Pultec Wes audio. Then SSL 3 and 4 are my LA3A, Golden Age, and the second distressor. And then 5 and 6 are my Drummer 1976 saturator, multiband saturator, and stereo widener. And then 7 and 8 in the SSL, the last 2, are this machine here, which I cannot tell you at this time what it is, after NAMM. But yeah, basically this way, why I did this, because this way I have my fixed 8 channel coming from the Motu, but here on the Patchbay, I have all the gear that I just listed, their inputs and outputs here. So I can build chain and I can patch those machines any way I want. For example, if I come out with a vocal into this distressor and I want to use the Pultec on it and the saturator, I just patch here on the Patchbay the output of the distressor into the input of the Wes Audio Dion, the output of Dion into the saturator, and then back into the same channel the distressor came out, because that's how Pro Tools wants you to do it. So it's a bit complicated. It actually is not that easy. And I actually had to test run the whole system, and I found out that one of these cables gone, 2 cables were broken. I had something like, well, I have 12 of these, so I could fix it. If you have questions about this, about Patchbays, about converters, about clocking, about anything, about hybrid mixing and inserts, hardware inserts, leave it in the comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.